Welcome back to Old Money Elite, where we dive deeper into the world of historic wealth, exploring not just the riches themselves, but the psychology and strategies that have sustained them for generations. Today, we're peeling back the layers on what separates old money from the rest. And no, we're not talking about the coins you found wedged in the sofa. This is about the mindset, strategy, and discipline that have defined families like the Astors, the Vanderbilts, and the Rothschilds. These families didn't just stumble upon wealth. Their success wasn't about luck or even sheer ambition. It was about calculated risks, disciplined investing, and a mindset focused on the long game. So let's dive into the psychology of old money and learn 5 key strategies these historic families used to build and sustain their empires. First, let's talk about risk-taking, but not the type that involves gambling away fortunes or blindly jumping into new ventures. The old money mindset treats risk as a tool, to be used sparingly and with precision. The Astors, for example, didn't start out owning swathes of Manhattan. They began with small real estate investments, gradually acquiring more land as New York City grew around them. They were able to see opportunities before others did, but more importantly, they knew how to manage risk. Similarly, Cornelius Vanderbilt began his fortune by investing in the shipping industry, but he didn't overextend himself. Instead of buying entire fleets, he started small, operating just a few ships before gradually expanding. This way, he could test the waters, pun intended, and build a foundation before moving on to larger acquisitions like railroads. It was about leveraging what he had while keeping a keen eye on what could be lost. Old money families understood the value of discretion. The Rothschilds, for instance, were famously private about their wealth and business dealings. They believed that success was not about making noise, but about making progress. This philosophy extended to how they made investments, discreetly buying shares in companies and quietly selling them off when it was time to take profits. This approach not only kept competition at bay, but also prevented others from copying their strategies. In today's world, where every success and failure is broadcasted on social media, there's a lesson here. Keep your wins and losses private. Focus on building value rather than seeking validation. One key element in the old money playbook is adaptability. The Vanderbilts didn't wait until they had a perfect plan. They knew that acting on a partially formed idea was better than endlessly analyzing every detail. Cornelius Vanderbilt's ventures into the railroad industry were not planned with exhaustive research. Rather, he moved quickly to seize opportunities as they arose. Successful entrepreneurs today can learn from this. It's better to have 50% of a plan and act on it than to have 99% and never execute. The willingness to adapt and adjust as circumstances change often outweighs the need for a perfect strategy. This is how old money kept their empires flexible and their fortunes growing. Old money families like the Astors didn't just think about their own lifetimes when making financial decisions. They thought in terms of generations. It wasn't just about what could make them wealthy now, but what would keep the family prosperous for decades, even centuries. Long-term thinking meant that investments were made with future heirs in mind, ensuring that assets could grow and be passed down. It's the difference between buying stocks to flip for a quick profit versus purchasing a share in a company because you believe it will still be thriving 50 years from now. Money may open doors, but manners, education, and discretion keep them open. For old money families, success wasn't just about accumulating wealth, but about cultivating a certain character that ensured the wealth was respected and sustained. The Rockefellers, for example, emphasized education and philanthropy as essential parts of their legacy. They didn't just flaunt their wealth, they invested in cultural institutions, universities, and social causes, ensuring their name was associated with lasting contributions rather than fleeting extravagance. This approach not only added to their wealth, but also created a social capital that carried them through economic ups and downs. It's a reminder that how you manage your reputation can be as valuable as how you manage your investments. So, whether you come from a family with generations of wealth or are just starting on your financial journey, there's much to learn from the old money playbook. Start small, but think big. Take calculated risks, but know when to keep things private. Don't wait for a perfect plan. Get moving and adapt along the way. Invest for the long term. And don't just build wealth, build a legacy. And remember, there's more to a rich life than a full bank account. It's about the mindset, the strategies, and the values you adopt along the way. Until next time, stay wise and stay wealthy. Don't forget to subscribe for more.